So, like, should we get to episode 3 then?
Yeah, episode 6.
Sorry, episode 6, yeah. Third episode of the night, sixth episode of the series.
Yeah. Let's see,
Okay, so...
how's it start again?
Well, it starts with Rika's just in class, which I have an image of. And she's... Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, did you hear Rika's mom is like a model? And, her mom's just there watching her, like, study or whatever.
I think they're doing like a career day thing where they bring their parent in.
Yeah, that'd make sense. But yeah, like, I don't know why, somehow Rika's mom being a model feels like way too normal. Like, I don't know what was bad, it just feels like very kind of weirdly mundane for the series, I guess it's because we just have the occupation so far.
I mean, Takado's parents run a bakery.
Yeah, I feel like that's, like, weirder than, like, whatever. It's fine. So yeah, Rika, like, gets out of school and, like, you see a bit of her, like... But yeah, she gets out of school and she's immediately, like... Yeah, I'm cutting it out at this edge. She gets out of school and she's immediately, like, runs home to her super traditional, like, family Japanese mansion.
Yeah, which looks amazing.
Yeah, like, just super, like, literal, like, koi pond and everything. Like, it looks like an effing shrine, essentially,
Yeah, tatami mats, screen doors, those bed rolls that just lie on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't really get those. How are those comfortable?
I don't know. I guess you just get used to them,
I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, like, Digimon appears and Rika's like, okay, I need to get home and get Renamon so I'm fight it. So, gets home, like, just quickly changes, like, goes out to fight effing, like, giant dinosaur Alamon.
Alamon.
Yeah, she's like, alright, come on, Renamon, let's do this. And, she, like, just scans in, like, a Snow Agumon card so Renamon can use an ice attack, basically. So it's like, because it's a type advantage, right?
Yeah, and this is the first we see of Digimon using the attacks of other Digimon.
Yeah, which is interesting. It's like... I just realized, like, if they scanned in, like, effing Love Serenade, which is, like, effing Edamon's musical attack that depowers other Digimon, what would that even do?
It would probably... Whatever the attack or ability is, would probably scale to the Digimon in question.
Yeah, but would you have to do the performance?
Oh, maybe.
Like, would it, like... I guess the powering effect would be reduced, but still, like... That's a weird, like, concept I just realized. But yeah, Renamon's fighting Alamon with the ice attack, but it's not strong enough, and Renamon quickly is overpowered and, starts taking damage. And Rika's like, no, but why aren't you stronger? And uses another card so Renamon can win.
By the way, I want to point out that this is more so in the previous episodes, but they don't use the card slash theme every single time they use a card, which is good.
Yeah, I feel like that'd get a bit repetitive, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's just, here's a card and I'm gonna try to use it, and it doesn't have to be a big moment. They kind of save it for the final blow of a fight or, like, a big moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also we finally get the, like, image for, like, Henry doing his big dramatic card thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that finally gets a sequence.
Yeah, we still haven't seen Takado's, have we?
Not yet. But I imagine it's coming.
Oh, you know what? I think Takado does do the card slash thing, but we don't actually see his animation for it.
Yeah, like, because he gave Guilmon wings, but he doesn't, like, get the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know, though, like, just doing the big dramatic card spin isn't required to do a card. People just like doing it.
Yeah, because it's cool.
Yes, literally just to look as cool and flashy as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Renamon defeats Alamon, but it's like, it's kind of rough, and they're like, we give...
Well, that said, the decisive blow is pretty, final blow is pretty decisive, is what I meant to say.
Yeah, like, literally just freezes Alamon in place, and then just, like, breaks him apart. But yeah, we get a bit of a flashback, and it's like, oh yeah, like, turns out, like, Rika's always been, like, more passionate about Digimon than studying or whatever. And we get to see that she's an effing Antilamon card.
Yeah.
So, here's what I'm thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Maildramon versus Tyrannomon, that was, like, a thing that was, like, came up in the card game. Like, they referenced that.
Naildramon?
Yeah, in, like, the first episode.
Oh, right.
Yeah, where it's, like, the evolution and stuff, and they showed the cards. So, like, I know Antilamon appears in this series. I wonder if this is meant to be, like, set up that, like, Antilamon is a thing in some way. And, like, if so, that's, like, okay, maybe, like, maybe the cards we see might, like, foreshadow Digimon that might appear, right?
Could be.
And, like, not completely sure, but it's, like, it's worth pointing out that it is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see the Antilamon card.
But yeah, man, I'm just all over the place right now, because, like, we have a bit of that, like, somewhere along the way, I don't want to leave this at all, because we get the introduction of Impmon. Because, yeah, he's just watching, like, the fight against Alamon. And he's like, what's so great about living with humans? Humans suck, being a Digimon's way better.
Yeah, so Impmon, well documented as being my favorite rookie. So I wasn't feeling his voice when I first heard it.
Oh, really?
It grew on me as he talked. But at first, I wasn't really I didn't like it all that much. But I hear what it is. He's a punk.
Yeah, he's like a bratty punk who just he like talks big. And he's like, oh, you should you should be free like I am. Hey, come on. Yeah, and just burn down whatever I want, right?
Yeah, I think what caught me off guard is like his voice is deeper, and it's like, oh, that's weird. But
yeah. I feel like, I do vaguely remember in the dub, like, I think he does have a bit of, like, a gangster thing going on, too, in a weird way.
He has a bit of a high-pitched, like, New Yorker thing going on.
I know he calls Renamon Toots at some point.
Yeah, Toots. He Foxface. Maybe
yeah.
I think it's... I think he literally says forget about it at some point. And
yeah.
Whenever and his signature move is called Bada Boom. Yeah,
I forgot that, but that's actually coming back now.
Yeah, his signature move is Bada Boom. Yeah, so his voice should be familiar to you. It's the same guy who does Kokichi's voice, who does, Kokichi being, the crappy kid from Danganronpa V3.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Checker bandana.
Yeah, him. Alright, sorry, that took... Just for a second, I was like, oh yeah, Koichi JoJo's? Wait, huh?
Who else did he voice? He voiced, Ken. He's the dub voice of Ken.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he's got a long history of doing voices for Digimon.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So I was kind of not expecting, but it's like, okay, I'm used to high-pitched Impmon, so I was I don't know. His voice is fine.
Yeah.
He sounds like a little punk.
But yeah, so we see Rika's flashback, and she's like, just... Yeah, I think the order is first she finds the blue card, I believe. Wait, no. No, first she's like just playing the Digimon card game. She's like, she wins a tournament, and she like goes back home. She's like, all those, like, none of those guys were a challenge. This game's like getting way too boring. And like a bunch of floating effing screens just materialize in front of her. And they're all just filled with like various weirdo Digimon who are like, oh hey, be my partner, right? And like, I just pause. What the crap is, like, who's in this one again? Is that effing Mummymon?
Was it? If Mummymon was there, I didn't notice.
Yeah, because one's like, it's like effing Gatsumon and like Musayamon and stuff. I think there's like a Daramon, but it looks super creepy.
So most of the Digimon that are appearing are like champion and up.
Yeah, I imagine they're mostly virus types. They
Maybe?
seem to be.
That'd make sense.
But yeah, like, the image should be up right now. That looks like effing Mummymon to me.
I'm looking at it on a little phone screen, so I don't really see it all that well. Which one?
Yeah, it's like next to the onion head and Tapermon. It's like, you can see like the yellow eye and like the hat.
Oh yeah, I can see him. Oh yeah, maybe that is supposed to be Mummymon. That's cool. If for no other reason than he's just kind of a cameo.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a Digimon, so it just could be that he just happens to be here, but
yeah, he just has his human form out just for no reason. And we see the third. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it is a cameo, because why would he be in his human form?
And we see the third screen, like, I want to, like, specifically ask you about this, because, like, I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, we have Tuscamon, we have, like, it's like some other dinosaur Digimon in the background of some kind. No idea what that is. I think, like, Gizamon. And who the heck is that above Gizamon?
Gizamon.
Like, on the far left side,
Dremogimon? With a short drill? Again, I'm looking at this on like a small phone screen, so I don't see it very well.
Yeah, it's very hard to make out because it's just like a silhouette shape, but like
it's not a Digimon you recognize.
Well, no, that's the thing, because like I think I recognize it, and I don't know why it would be him, but it looks kind of like Apocalypse.
That'd be wild.
Because I'm looking at it's like, alright, like, we have the mask, we have, like, the eye shape. Like, it's clearly, like, like, actual curved mask. Like, it's not, like, Devimon or something. Like, it doesn't seem to be Lady Devimon, because it has the big high collar. It's like, I don't know what else that would be but Apocalypse. Because... I know, maybe if I look up, like, the trivia of this episode, I'd be able to, like, find out what the crap that is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it looks like it might... Well, No, because Piedmon doesn't have the high collar, does he? It can't be Piedmon.
Yeah. For reasons I won't get into, one of them should have been the silhouette of an Ice Devimon.
Yeah.
Maybe you know the episode I'm thinking of, but...
I think I actually did see that one at some point, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, I'll just say that it would make a lot of sense if one of them was an Ice Devimon, but clearly none of them are. Because Devimon / Ice Devimon has a really distinctive silhouette.
Yeah. Man, that'd be like a cool touch, or it's just like, like a Devimon silhouette in here somewhere, and people has found it, they're just like, oh my god, what does this mean? And it's like Ice Devimon.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. I mean, all these Digimon are just showing up, like, out of nowhere in this very just weird, tense scene, and there's like, hey, make me Digivolve, become my partner, human. Just give me power, and they're all like, like, reaching out for her, and she's, like, backing away and freaking out.
Understandably so, because it's really creepy.
Yeah, like, she gets the blue card, and she's like, no, I only want one really powerful Digimon. And, like, Renamon appears, and, like, kind of, like, makes them all, like, disappear or whatever, and she's like, alright, if you want the strongest, then here I am.
The interesting thing is, like, Renamon doesn't have to do anything. Renamon just appears, and they're just all like, oh, okay, we're out.
Yeah, because, like, the blue card has chosen her, I guess.
Either that, or Renamon's a big deal in the digital world.
Yeah, like, I don't think Renamon's, like, has light attributes or whatever. I think she is a nature type, like you said.
Yeah.
But I know that, like, I at least believe that, like, Kitsune or, like, their other forms or whatever might be associated with, like, divine beings or whatever. Like, they might be kinda kami.
I think it depends on the age of the Kitsune in question.
Yeah, because I know it's like, for like a while they're like considered evil and then they become more human. And I think it's like at the very end they kind of like become more like, like, I don't want to say like sacred, but more like, good aligned.
The more tails, the more powerful they are.
Yeah, they become more like, dignified if nothing else.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like, Renamon, her forms definitely do have that sort of, like, like, holy vibe about them. From, like, a mythological standpoint.
Yeah. Also, maybe I'm wrong, but probably also the more powerful, the more tails, the more, wise, potentially.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, which fits Renamon's evolved forms as she goes from a one-tailed fox to a nine-tailed fox to, like, Taoist priest.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's like, like...
light.
Yeah, like, less powerful consider, like, more troublemakers and, like, they're, like, demon bosses and stuff. And, like, as they get more powerful, they just want to, like, fit in more, and, that becomes more of their drive, right? Because I think there's a story, it's like, oh yeah, it's like the Kitsune is, like, trying to fit in, but, like, it's also, like, like, disguised as a person, it's, like, poisoning the Emperor or something, or, like, it's trying to stop the poison, it's something like that, and, like, as to, like, reveal itself to save someone, and then they chase it out. Something of that effect, basically.
Mm.
But yeah, like, Renamon gets chosen as her partner, and I don't know if I have an exact shot of this, but I will put up a shot of Renamon just in case.
Do you have the shot of Renamon approaching from the light where she looks super cool?
I don't believe I do, unfortunately. But I do have this shot where Renamon's just half obscured in shadows and looking just super badass.
Yeah, Renamon's ninja. Renamon's straight up a ninja.
She's such a cool Digimon, though.
Yeah.
She's so cool. It's like, Terriermon has the cute on lock, Guilmon's got that kind of, like, cute / ferocious energy or whatever. Renamon's just effing cool.
Yeah. Also, speaking of the ferocious thing, we do see Guillemon do the eye dilation thing, or the opposite of dilation, I think.
The contraction, yeah.
Yeah, where his eye turns into like a slit when he detects a Digimon. It's just, I don't know, it's just a cool thing that he does.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's like, oh, Guillemon smells a Digimon, it's time to fight.
Yeah, so like, like, flashbacks ends, like, meanwhile we get this quick scene where, like, Roma is just sort of chilling out, and she's like, yeah, like, I should really, like, Digivolve, but, like, I shouldn't do it, or, like, I can't until, like, ...
Yeah, Renamon's reasoning is vague for why she can't evolve for Rika.
Yeah. And, like, effing Impmon just shows up. And he's like...
He starts talking a whole bunch of trash.
Yeah, we get Impmon's theme, and I kind of love it, because it's just so mischievous, and just, like, it just fits him so well,
Yeah.
It's
and
just...
Impmon's talking all that trash from earlier, like, oh man, being a free Digimon's great, and you being coddled by humans are so lame, and blah blah blah. And then Renamon's just like, what? And like the music cuts out, like she's not paying attention.
She's like, who are you again?
She's basically like, who are you?
Man. I just love it, Monster. This has so much of that just goofy jester, like, dark energy to it,
Yeah.
Like, he's just talking up such a big game, and he's like, hey, better watch out, or I'll, like, get you one day.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what you get for, like, messing with humans. They, like, there was the fireball arrow, and it just sort of fizzles out, seemingly.
Yeah. And someone who's unfamiliar with the character might think, oh, well, he just wasn't trying to attack her. It's probably that he was out of range, and it's a weak fireball. Because Impmon's bark is way more worse than his bite.
Like, it's kind of ambiguous if he was, like, trying to hit her and she just was, like, too far away. Or if, like, like, because she's walking away and he's, like, trying to make her flinch or something and she just doesn't really respond. So he just deactivates, like, that's no fun. It's like, I kind of like that it's ambiguous for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like new Digimon appears. It's like, oh yeah, there's like a new threat going on. Rika's like, okay, yeah, come Renamon, and she's like, wait, Renamon, where are you? And she has to like go out and like physically find her to go on the fight, basically. So like they go on the like fog barrier that shows up, and like effing just.
It's everyone's favorite, Dokugamon.
Effing Dokugamon, looking like radder and more intimidating than he's ever looked in anything ever. Like the shots up now, I'm like, holy crap, this, like, just the shading and just how they frame this thing,
Yeah, he's a big scary spider, Digimon.
This is like the only time Dokugamon has ever felt intimidating.
Dokugamon does make an appearance in the 2020 reboot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's not nearly as intimidating, though.
They don't put, like, just the ink black shadows across his face that just looks super sick.
Because there's, like, a small army of them.
Yeah, this is just a Dokugamon. This is a champion. Basically, Ogremon's using them as artillery cannons. Oh my god. Okay. Noted. But yeah,
he's bombarding the kids with like energy blasts or whatever.
Yeah, Rika shows up with Renamon, and she's like, okay, yeah, let's take this thing out. And she's like, watch out, it's a Dokugamon. If it hits you, then you're gonna be paralyzed. And, like, things, like, pretty quickly go south because Renamon gets captured in the web. And she's like, alright, like, Sneemon sickles, go! And she, like, cuts herself loose. And Dokugamon just starts paralyzing her and doing all this nutty spider crap. And, like, at one point, just, like, he bites down on Renamon's, just, like, holding her in his mouth. And it's, like, super unnerving.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Like, this fight is intense. Like, there's no gore, but it's like, you feel it. You're just like, oh no, I don't know what happens when spiders bite things in my world. It's not good. But yeah, so like, Rika just sort of like, yo, she's freaking out, she's like, no, Renamon, she like, yo, manages to like, get Ron free just barely. And like, Dokugamon just like throws her aside. Yeah, Dokugamon throws her aside, that's what happens. Right, yeah, because Ron gets free from the net, and Rika's like, okay, like, let's keep going, and she like slides into our card through, and then Renamon gets bit, and she gets like, you know, yeah, well, yeah, she gets bit, and just starts getting like thrown around and stuff. And it's like, oh, Renamon's going to effing die. This does not look good.
Yeah.
So,
and then, let's see. Renamon's off to the side, and Dokugamon's like, okay, now I'm just gonna shoot acid or poison at Rika. And Renamon jumps in front of it to take the hit.
yeah, and Rika's just like sit there, is cradling Renamon's just like dying body seemingly. It's like, oh, this is all your fault because you pushed your Digimon so far. Like, you pushed your Digimon too far, and now you're not gonna be able to win, basically.
Yeah. Fortunately for Renamon, Rika discovers that she cares about Renamon to some degree.
Yeah.
And that's enough to trigger an evolution.
So, like, Renamon finally evolves, and this is... I feel like we have to, like, talk about this a bit, like, later after, like, get this wrapped up a bit. But it's like, yeah, Renamon evolves into effing, like, Cubimon. So she finally, like, gets her evolution. And, like, Cubimon just shoots, like, a bunch of fireballs out for her tails, and just, like... There's that, like... I don't know what the sound's called, but it's, like, that traditional Japanese, like, you know, like, beat, you know? Like, for the kabuki theaters or whatever.
Yeah. Dum, dum,
yeah.
Dum, dum, dum. Yeah,
like,
I think it's a taiko. I think it's just a taiko drum.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because I was trying to think, it's not like a shamisen, but it's something, but yeah.
Shamison's a stringed instrument.
Yeah, that's super distinct, like, yo, beat before you, like, you know, you hear the epic, like, kabuki guy just go, like, yo, or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, you know, it's fitting, it's great. And obviously that's not in the dub.
Yeah. Which is a shame, because it fits so well.
Yeah, it's a really cool detail to add to Renamon's evolution. And
yeah, it's like playing while, like, the card slash or the evolution theme's going. Yeah, the evolution theme, not card slash.
One of the coolest is, it's kinda related, kinda not. One of the coolest things in Guilty Gear is Baiken has her own unique instant kill theme, where instead of it being played by guitars, it's played by a shamisen.
Oh, nice. Actually, never noticed that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Baiken's insta-kill plays it with the shamisen instead of like a electric guitar. It's really cool.
But yeah, so like, Cubimon just burns down the web and it's like takes out Dokugamon like instantly because of course.
Yeah.
Just burns him alive with fire.
I think the move is called Dragon Wheel in the dub?
Yeah. Dragon Wheel or like Dragon Helix or whatever.
Yeah, she starts spinning and turns into a flaming dragon and envelops the Kugamon and destroys it.
Yeah, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And like, you know, give a moment where, like, Rika's like, I'm just so glad you did well for whatever, and she just, like, pets her a little because she's, like, a cool fox now.
Yeah, and, that word's not working.
Word.exe has stopped processing.
Cubimon is like, now do you understand what it means to be a partner? And Rika's like, yeah, a little.
Yeah.
So Rika's coming around a little bit.
So I will kind of, like, discuss this for a bit, because it's like... I'm kind of, like, conflicted on, like, how the evolution actually, like, plays out here, you know? Like, how this, like, scenario kind of goes down. Because, like, you think about it, it's like... Rika's whole thing is she's pushing her Digimon too hard, you know? It's like, this is the whole thing that, like, you know, Henry, I don't know why I was saying Terry. This is the whole thing Terry was worried about. Where he's like, oh, I'm, like, pushing my Digimon too hard, and this isn't good for it. I'm so sorry, Terriermon. And, you know, you watch that, it's like, that's clearly meant to come from, like, a place of, like, you know, like, overworking your Digimon's clearly a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, she overworks her Digimon, and then there's that moment where, like, Renamon just, like, you know, gets Rika free and then, like, leave, and Rika's like, okay, let's finish this, and she takes out the card, and she chooses to keep going, and, like, her Digimon gets hurt. And she feels bad about it, but kind of, like, the way it plays out, like, it kind of feels like Rika's rewarded for, like, you know, like, keeping the fight going in a weird way, you know?
So, the character growth is her realizing that her Digimon partner is more than just a tool to fight with.
Yeah.
The thing is, it might seem weird, but what I take from it is, that everyone's development is different.
Yeah. Because what I'm thinking is, like, because Renamon gets in a way to, like, save Rika and, like, takes the attack. And, like, shouldn't this kind of be the other way around? Where, like, you know, oh, Rika's putting herself in danger to save Renamon or something. But I was thinking, it's like, I don't know, would that be too much for a character at this point?
Yes. Yes, for Rika to jump in front of an attack for Renamon at this point is a bit much.
I don't know, it's weird, because, like, it's not the most effective way to kind of do this moment, it feels like, but, like, it feels like what would be more effective isn't quite there yet for, like, you know, a full-on evolution, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, from a character standpoint, it feels odd, right? 'Cause it's like...
I just think it boils down to the character, like, Rika's development is not the same as Henry's or Takato's. Like, she gets a little bit of... she starts caring about Renamon a little bit, and that's just, like, the first step.
Yeah, because, like... I guess that's enough for now, because, like, champions, you know, like, it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, like, because as a culmination of her arc, it's like, oh, she fights, and she like overfights and overdoes it, and then she like has a moment where she's like, oh hey, my fine put my Digimon in danger, but it's like, it's not really acted upon in any meaningful way. It's just sort of like a realization, and then, you know, that lets her fight some more. I don't know, it's very, because it's like, I think specifically because, like, you know, so much of her character's been tied to, like, her wanting to fight things like this, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say it feels unearned, but it feels like it could be more earned, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it feels like she didn't go through enough development to get this.
Yeah, like... I don't know. Because I'm trying to think, it's like... Where this is going is, like, kind of was thinking, it's like... To kind of express what I'm getting, I kind of want to, like, rewrite this scene a little bit in my head. I'm kind of struggling for, like, where else to really go, you know? Because, like, oh, maybe, like, Henry could, like, save them or something. But, like, yeah, then you don't get that moment where, like, Renamon evolves, and it's like, okay, well, like, how would you deal with that? Like, would this be kind of retreading ground a bit? Just stuff like that,
If I'm being honest, I forgot this episode existed and that Rika gets an evolution this early. So the solution is simple, is you put off the evolution for the later episode where I thought was her first evolution.
Yeah, okay. Because I have to imagine there has to be like a morphing point later on, right?
There is.
Okay, yeah.
Remember when I said there's a point where Rika stops being so cold later?
Yeah?
It's that episode.
Okay, interesting. Wait, when you keep saying cold, do you mean like Ice Devimon?
I mean, I like, he's involved, but I'm not making like a pun or anything. That's just, it's just...
Because that just clicked.
She's cold towards her Digimon. That's just how it is.
Yeah, because, like, I'm trying to think, like, if the evolution doesn't happen here, then, like, what would be the solution to this type of, like, situation, right?
Renamon just, like, Rika could still get a little bit of character development, and she just wins without the evolution.
And, like, I think, just where my mind's going right now is, like, maybe it would work better if, like, one of the Arters, like, showed up to, like, save her, and, like, Rika just realized her situation and was forced to run away and, like, confront, like, real loss for the first time. And I don't know.
Nah, I think it's fine that she wins, because I like the idea that Rika starts. Like, she doesn't just get a burst of character growth, she gets a little bit at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's the ultimate fit. It's like, it's fine, like, it fits her character, it just feels so weird to me, Just from, like, how it plays out.
It could have been, like, she almost loses Renamon, but she finds some way to pull through it. I don't know how, but, like, I don't know. I'm not a writer.
Yeah. Like, maybe she could, like, find a way to, like, distract Dokugamon and, like, just throw a rock at or something, then Renamon could, like, defeat it, maybe? But then, like, yeah, I know, it's one of those weird things where it's, like, hard to really, like, rewrite it without knowing where this character's going, right?
Yeah, I just think Cubemon should have been earned in a different episode.
Yeah, I'm like, definitely agree with that. Like, it's fine as is, but, like, it could probably be stronger as, like, a Cubemon reveal.
Yeah, and when we get to it, you'll probably agree.
Yeah.
On the specific episode.
So, yeah, like, anything else we really want to add?
Not really.
Yeah, like, these episodes are great.
Yep.
Like, I feel like the third one this week, like, episode 6, is, like, probably the strongest, but it's also the one where it's like, I feel like there's more to, like, kind of be lost in a weird sense. Like, it could, like, I feel like it could have been better, but, like, it's probably the most, like, eventful, most, like, thematic, like, one of the bunch so far in this, like, group.
Yeah, we got the backstories of Henry and Rika.
Yeah, if nothing else, like, Rika's backstory is way more interesting than Henry's, I feel like.
Yeah, and then we got the fun little episode of Guillemon and Calamon.
Yeah. Yeah, I just glanced at the episode preview and it's like, oh yeah, next time! Oh god, everyone is dying! What the heck?
Oh man, I haven't been watching the previews, so I'm not sure what happens.
So
I know what happens later, but
So that should be fun, because I think I do remember seeing a bit of that episode and being like, oh no.
Is it the one where Impmon gets wrecked?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess we'll see about that next time then.
Yep.
Alright, see you guys around. Later.
Later.